I hope somebody had that last live screen recorded. I'm gonna have to find somebody to screen record when I go on lives because that was some good information that may be lost to social media's fandom. It's some kind of way to access those videos just because Instagram kick you out the video and you can't find it. It's somewhere. It's somewhere where those videos be. I just ain't figured out how to find them yet. Cause it's real important that the public notices out that we've located the Boukman to start the close of the Haitian Contra. Cause soon as he do the ritual I gave him, this shit gonna pick up so fast and so hard. A bunch of motherfuckers who was on some dirtbag shit, they gonna catch it. Boy, they gonna catch it. All the motherfuckers that was crossing motherfuckers up and shit, they gonna catch it. Oh, sweet. Please share that motherfucker. Cause they sure deleted the shit out that motherfucker. So the first part of the video, in case they um um I can't find it when I in this one, cause this ain't gonna be long. This just a recap. The video was about a sister flipped me the Bookman. And the Bookman was somebody I already knew who had sent me this. Now, this is important. This lapis lazuli, but look at the coin. You notice who's holding the scales is not Mott, but Anpu or Anubis, right? And you see the wings, right? It's 4 wings on there. And then the color, it's the blue house, it's the lapis lazuli. And then the brother I was just talking to had the blue bull on his cap. All these is what you call synchronizations to the singularity, right? Yeah, look, I got some I dropped some shit on so heavy with receipts that they erase. They good at doing that shit. But who was that told me they recorded it as soon as they got on? Uh, cause I'm gonna start giving you a couple minutes notice before I get on. Hold on, where is that? It could be the CMEs. Okay, so I got one right here. It was somebody else who had yep, King Mize 3093. He said he record when he got jump on. The sister Crystal right here, she said she'll do it. I'm sorry. So inbox me, Crystal. I'm start sending you and King Mize 93 like a 5 minute notice before I go live, so y'all could get this screen record set. Cause these be some valuable lectures we be going over, but the system don't want us to share the information. So we located the Bookman. He's doing the ritual to start the close of the Haitian Conjure. Peace, God.
Yo, what's going on, Uncle Rod? Dang, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Man, I gotta give you your gratitude along with everybody who's been working on this. Man, you, Black Magic, Dr. B, Billy, all them boys. Hey, much respect to y'all boys for real. I ain't gonna keep you too long. I just want you to emphasize a little bit. I know Young Elder dropped a video about the you and him talked about the Gullah Wars. I ain't get to check it out yet. I gotta do some homework. But can you like break that down just a little bit for me?
So the Gullah Wars was the wars that was started against the natives of the land and the Spanish first. The Spanish was trying to
Right.
just come in as conquistadors and buffalo us out our shit. So the chiefs in the land of flowers sent out a SOS across the land. everybody from every tribe sent warriors to fight. Right? We came from all parts of the land. They wanted to think that they just came over here, set up shop, and we didn't say nothing.
Right, right.
The Gullah Wars never ended. It went from being a physical war with bloodshed, where both sides was reaching critical points of no return in a stock of people. So,
Okay.
in order for us to be able to preserve the tribes of the land, we agreed to go into the Conjure War.
Right.
The Conjure War was a 200-year miseducation campaign based off Morals and Dogma by Albert Pike. They didn't believe that we would remember
I remember you.
after 200 years that we was already here. It's known as the George Washington Challenge in the Masonic Lodge. But George Washington is not who we think he is. They stole the real George Washington name, who was born in Barbados, the real George Washington. They put a fictitious George Washington in his place, and I'm going to tell you how you can tell them apart. When they talking about the one born in Barbados, he looked like us.
Okay.
When they talk about the one born in Virginia or the one born in France, because they use two different birthplaces for him, for Albert Pike. They don't never take photographs of George Washington, but they got photographs of Albert Pike.
Yeah.
They have us believing that the camera is less than 100 years old. But they pulling up pictures that's at least 200 years old.
Mm-hmm.
They got a picture of somebody taking a picture of the first camera being created. I don't understand how that shit works. Who took the goddamn picture?
I'm saying, man.
Right. So when we talk about the Seminole Wars, that's how it's told from the conquerors. When we call them the Gullah Wars or the Geechee Wars or the Gullah Geechee Wars, we talking about from our angle, this is what we seen.
Okay.
Whole tribes left their villages. This is why they say the Pueblo just popped up and disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't never disappeared off this bitch. We been here, gonna be here.
That's right.
Remember Tupac said, we ain't never leaving this bitch. We ain't never walking off this motherfucker unless y'all choose to.
And you want to know what's crazy? I grew up around a lot of like Haitian people, and they even said like when I got a homeboy at work, I was telling him, I said, look, y'all the only ones that really got a conjure open. He was eating his food, and once I said that, he stopped and looked at me like, you know, some other people don't.
Yeah.
A lot of the Haitians are aware, like you said, like, man, but you've been saying this for a while now, and I'm surprised that they're really just now finding out.
Hey, look, when I found Boukman, cause I thought all I needed was the priestess who was sacrificed. But I know everybody who got an open conjure had to come back to close the conjure.
Right.
The brother sent me this last year. I didn't know when he sent me this, he was the Boukman. I didn't. So when the sister told me she found the Boukman, sent me to him, I'm not even making the connection. It's the same person.
Right.
Right? So I'm sitting here, I'm listening to him like, hey, he sound like he could be the Boukman. So I told her, I say, ask him about his birthmarks. Because this is the signature that's going to tell who he is.
Right.
She came back with the answer. I said, I need to talk to him. As soon as I got on the phone with him, first thing he asked me about, now I'm not knowing it's the same person, is this.
Look, hit you almost over a little over a year later. That's crazy. That's
yeah.
And that's one thing I had commented like a week ago. That's why I love life, because a lot of these things may not make sense, but hey, be patient and the pieces will just keep popping out at you.
That's what Big Mama always tells me. She said, don't worry about it. When the time comes, the piece going to be there. And now look,
yeah,
it's another brother, Turk, made this piece for me. This is one of my favorites right here.
Oh yeah, Gorilla Rod, yes sir. Yes, sir.
I haven't had the opportunity to sit down and add the extensions on so I can wear it. But
So
that's one of my favorite pieces.
I want to say about roughly about almost 2 years ago was when like I really just started like one day my grandmother was just babbling on and she's like, yeah, yeah, we got native in our blood, and I made the connection to, even though like it's still different, like I'm mixed. So my mom is from like Polish descent, but my dad's side was from here. So but on my mom's side, my grandfather had this dream catcher, right?
Oh
And
shit.
and it came with that rain stick over there. And after he passed away, he kind of like passed it down to me. But like even though he wasn't like like all right, so he is a part of my like mom's bloodline, but I just made the connection. I had to make the connection. and
Remember.
and also what was crazy was before I really like was searching for like myself and stuff like that, I had got caught up with the Hebrews and them boys, and I was just like, I'm such a loving person, like I can't look at certain people like that. So that's when Big Mama started, hey, look, now look, now you got to figure this out. And then literally, I want to say around the same time I was finding all this stuff out, I see you on literally on the explore page outside breaking down, hey, time is up, you motherfuckers is done. And I'm like, what? What's this OG talking about? And then I had found you through Riza Islam, and then man,
Yeah.
ever since then I just been doing hardcore work, and
Not.
I still feel like I'm not even done, because I know that like, man, a lot of people are just are not aware right now, and that's what we just trying to do.
That's it. But just the more people become aware, when certain stuff happen, it'll make sense to them. They won't be panic stricken because we've been taught to be scared of every goddamn thing. So we running around this bitch shaking at the fucking knees.
Yep.
Man, fuck that shit. Strap your nuts on, put your spine back in, you
Hey,
know?
and that's what I'm thankful that you just said that, because I was doing a lot of reflecting. I'm like, man, how can I make an impact? So growing up, I used to be a real fat boy. I used to get bullied a lot, and then I changed it, and then I was like, you know what? I realized, even for bloodlines, like when I tapped in, my family's full of guardians and caretakers. So it's like, okay, I gotta get the niggas who to really, like you said, hold their nuts and get ready. Hey, man, we gotta protect these children and these women and our land.
That's the first order of business, is protect the children. Second order of business is protect the women. The reason why the children first, because the women is surrounding the children.
Yes, sir.
And we
Oh, and,
surround the
and the
women.
elders
Yeah,
and the elders too.
yeah. The
Mm-hmm.
the elders is the one that's gonna give us the purified information, gonna bypass the bullshit.
Right.
So we had to establish a new council of elders. That's why we had to go through this drawn out continuity of government shit, because we got to make sure we got all of the elders in their right place.
Yes,
They done
sir.
fucked up. They let me live to get to 50. They fucked up. I'm not Garvey. You won't kill me at 53, bitch. I'm about to run this bitch.
Yes, sir. And I didn't thoroughly look through, but I was going back on your Facebook, just getting some old, well, I shouldn't say old knowledge, because what is time, but some of the gems you was dropping back then, I'm like, oh yeah, nah, he's really been on it.
Yeah. If you really go back to the earlier videos I was doing, you can actually see me learning new shit, correcting old shit as I'm going.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of
And
people
that's
don't know
life,
because they
bro.
haven't been watching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
But I appreciate you, young guy. I'm about to take another caller because I'm gonna end this video after the next. I'm gonna take a sister this time.
yes, sir. I appreciate you. I appreciate your time. I appreciate everyone doing the work. Hey, man, bless y'all for real. We up, man.
All right, peace, God.
Peace, God.
He look just like my nephew. Well, it's all brothers today.
How you
What's
doing?
up, God? What's going on with you? Where you calling from?
Right in Pennsylvania.
Right in Pennsylvania. You right over there by. We was just talking about Pennsylvania, Philadelphia earlier. Yeah. Have you feel the energy in the air over there?
Uh, yup. I be looking up in the sky and I be seeing it look like it looked like energy just pouring in.
Yeah, you can. So you a seer. You a seer. That's what's up. What you want to talk about today?
Can you tell me about well, I'll just tell you about me. Uh my last name, you got anything on that? Gunter? Gunter?
So look, y'all got kindred clans: Gunther, Gutter, Gullah, all traced back to the Gullah Wars. The family had to split up to take different parts of the land, and that's why they got the name variant. It's a name variant for a tribe.
Name
Y'all
variant.
was warriors, first rank warriors, like Marines, first in the battle.
Yeah. My dad was a
Yeah,
Marine. So that like
that
rings a bell.
makes sense. It makes sense. Makes perfect sense to me because you're gonna gravitate toward what your genetics is in a lifetime. I actually signed up to be a Marine, and they told me so. They didn't want me to take over from the inside. Yeah,
Uh
I'm reading your energy. You got some strong ass energy coming through the. Yeah, you in the loop. You in the loop.
yeah, man. I know. And the thing is, I see it shifting. I see it, and it's all good. Everything is chilling.
Yeah, we got to
Um,
get out of that fear shit. Ain't none of that
exactly.
bad shit. We finna stop all that bad shit they keep trying to take them. We ain't finna experience none of that. Yeah.
Yeah, but and I'm trying to figure out a lot of people. They seem like they out of the loop, but it's cool. All we could do is try to get everybody in on the loop, and that's just all you could do.
Yeah. So just keep doing what you're doing. Keep talking. Keep spreading the information. We ain't from no goddamn
All
other
right,
place other than where we at. Just where we from. Anybody that was
exactly.
insisting that
The indigenous.
anybody
Yeah.
insisting that you're the descendant of a slave is your sworn enemy because he's trying to tell you that you something you not. He don't even know it most of the time.
I think the goal is we got to get everybody to a level, the people that we can get to a level of, we from here, we been here, since
Gonna be
here to
here.
be here, and that's just it. And the woman and the child and the family come first, and that's it. We need to get to that point, and they don't see that. But
Well, they
it's
seeing it now.
oh, most definitely, most definitely.
It's being seen now because I'm seeing residuals. I'm seeing other people who don't know me from Iraq and Iraq that's saying the exact same shit I'm saying, but they wasn't visible 3 years ago.
And I be asking to really, like close off these ties. Not even asking like these ties is cut off, but I be trying to go in the right direction, and I take your advice and stuff. So I try to go in a direction, and it was almost like I'm doing the right thing, but it just like it ain't work out.
Well, one thing about it, if you get confused, go walk barefooted on the earth, get grounded to the earth, and ask Big Mama what to do. You're gonna know. Sometimes the obstacle is the way. Without the resistance, you won't know you're going in the right direction. The resistance shows you that you're moving in the right direction. Because if you're going somewhere that don't nobody care if you're going, it ain't gonna be no resistance there because don't nobody give a fuck. Yeah.
But yeah, we got it. It's all good. A lot of things. I know a lot of people benefited last month. The people that needed what they needed, they got it.
It's a lot of stuff that's picking up real fast. It's picking up so fast that it's like, um, it's almost impossible to miss it now. It's almost everywhere you go. One of us is saying, I ain't from no goddamn Africa, I'm from here. Right? So it's people coming out the woodworks, putting this shit on the floor. I've been saying the same thing. My message ain't changed. Raise the matriarchy, overthrow these rogue patriarchs, put the power where the power go, and the system to run the way it's supposed to run to give everybody heaven on earth.
And that's
That
it.
was
Just record that
that's
and just give it to everybody, and that's it. And if they can't
that's it.
understand that, then
Yeah,
but we'll get everybody to that level.
yeah. All right, guys, I'm gonna take another caller. Hopefully, a sister done chimed in now because I like to end with some divine feminine energy in here. But you
Most
keep
definitely.
absorbing that motherfucking solar rays and stay grounded to the earth, and you be all right.
Most definitely, Rod. All right. I'll
All
let you
right, peace,
get
God.
to it.
So somebody asked in the comments about the last name Goldsmith. Goldsmith absorbed another family that used to be called Silversmith. They don't exist no more. If they do, they so small in number, but they was jewelers. Um, and they are kindreds to the iron workers, which we call the Smiths, the blacksmiths. All of them were ones who worked with metals and fire. Oh man, I be smoking every strain I can get my hands on. Hey, how you doing?
Hey, how are you?
Pretty good. Where you calling from?
I'm in Germantown, Maryland right now.
And where?
Germantown, Maryland?
Okay.
Yeah, not far from Baltimore, kind of in between Baltimore, DC.
Mm.
You can hear me?
They got, yeah, you glitching, but I could barely hear you.
Oh, headpiece up. All right. That
Yeah, see how they froze her up.
apparently that didn't work too well. All right. All right, hold on. Maybe it's because I'm outside. I need to come inside. Is that better now? Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I had a couple of things because everybody's been talking about this Kanye West stuff, and I've listened to you since the beginning, and picking up a lot of the pieces, and so I remember a lot of stuff that you've been saying, like with the white, yes, Rod, yeah, yeah. Hey, Rod.
Hey, how you doing?
Oh, shit, that's Rod. So with now the thing with this White Lives Matter shirt. And I remember him, he did the concert. And from what you said, black people with the picture of the black man with white. So I'm wondering if he really knows more and he's letting on, but he's just not saying stuff, or it just so happens that what he's doing, because
Okay,
I know he likes to.
let me take you back to the culture. He's doing a dragon dance with P. Diddy.
Okay.
The dragon
Oh.
dance, dragon dance is two masters come together, right? And they bumping off each other to get the people's attention.
Okay.
Once they do their job, one of them
Mm-hmm.
leave on the left bump, one leave on the right bump. Or if they got some more work to do, they'll both leave on the left bump and then they'll come back in. A left bump is hostile.
Okay.
A right
Okay.
bump is amicable.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So
Right.
so P. Diddy is trying to bring down the CIA, JDL sponsored Central Intelligence Agency.
Okay.
Kanye trying to bring down the FBI and the COINTELPRO
Okay.
program.
Mhm.
So they working to bring down two parts of the same beast.
Right.
So
Okay.
they communication in the public is telling us, if you grab a head on that side, I got the head on this side. Don't worry, the gorilla gonna come straight up the middle.
Right. Right.
Right? So it's a three-headed dragon, what they call the three-tier government. Right?
Okay. Mhm.
So they got judicial, executive, and legislative.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So the CIA is secret intelligence.
Right.
And they fucked around and made these motherfuckers believe in that Constitution shit. And then when they was going contrary to the Constitution, the motherfuckers that believed in it, that was in the Secret Service, was like, hold up, this ain't what I signed up for.
Right.
So they began to leak the information through people like William Cooper, people like Charles Manson.
Right.
Right? All of them motherfuckers was telling us what these bitches was doing in the
Right.
background.
Right.
Right?
Right.
And them the ones who bleed that Constitution shit so bad.
Okay.
You Christina's sister?
Yeah.
Get the...
What? Auntie say so?
I thought you knew that. Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
that's
Auntie,
my
Auntie said
girl
something.
right there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, Auntie just said
Yeah.
something.
Hey,
Yeah, I'm
shit,
with
she
you.
can see the future for real. Motherfucker
Yeah.
be talking
Hey,
that shit.
this
She be
one thing
showing
too.
that shit.
She came into them power. Yeah. She sees all kinds of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's some stuff we need to send you on. She been seeing it. Yeah. And I'm like,
Yeah.
how did it skip over me?
She say, right, that's my oldest sister.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what we looking at with Kanye and Diddy is a mission to expose the enemy clearly.
Okay.
Now, Kanye is also working on the right side with that one sister that's the politician, to bring out that Black Lives Matter fraud shit.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
And that's what made him put on the White Lives Matter shirt.
That's what I.
Challenge the paradigm to make the people see what you're talking about.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Yeah. So as long as they doing that, they doing their work. I ain't got nothing to say. I'm just gonna watch the show play. Candace
Right.
Owens, that's what I was talking about. Thank you, Black Madonna.
Okay. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So they've been telling Candace Owens been telling us from the beginning Black Lives Matter was a fraud, and
Yeah,
it was a tool used to distract us from the underlying issues that affect our community, which it was.
Yeah, it was. It was.
Because anyway, so now it ain't about Black Lives Matter, White Lives Matter. What it's really about is raise the matriarchy, protect us off the land. So anybody that don't ride with us, they
Right.
gonna roll under us.
Yeah.
It's just that simple.
Yeah. Exactly. I know. All right. Well, I'm ready for the ride.
We watching it unfold in real time.
Oh, I know. I really are. It's crazy, but yeah. The things I've been seeing, and like there's an eye in the sky that follows me, and like I said, I'm in Maryland now, but 3 weeks ago I was in Georgia. There's an eye. These clouds form this eye, and every time I look up with my camera or just look, and the one time I saw it, it blinked, and I just showed her because I went to pick up my granddaughter from school. And I'm showing them all. I was FaceTiming. I was like, look, there's that eye. I'm telling you, this eye follows me. I walk all the way back to her house. It was completely around the corner. Now the thing's above my head. It was nowhere near. I said, that eye, well, whatever. That's a guardian angel or something, because I'm not hurt or sick or nothing. So whatever is following me, watching over me. But there's an eye in the sky. It's crazy. I'm like, you see the eye? They're all like, yeah, I see it. It follows me all over. Even down there where my sister is. So I'm like, you see the eye? She's like, yeah.
That's what the whites to see somebody say, I gotta pin this. Candace Owens did a film exposing Black Lives Matter. That's the reason for the White Lives Matter shirt. Creating
Right.
compelling spectacles, right in the 48 Laws of Power.
Mhm.
Right. Once you create
Yep.
a compelling spectacle, then you can, show the people what you're trying to show them.
Right. Right. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's all I had.
All right. It was good talking to y'all.
Yeah, you too.
All right.
So
I'm going to
I
take
guess
you into one
you're
more
gonna be
caller
one of my
before I go.
next stops. I've been traveling all over, so I might as well go Midwest next.
Hey, I'm here.
All right.
And we
Okay.
got to do what you're doing right there.
I'll pass. All
Chief,
right. Take.
the chief state chief.
Yeah.
All right. I'll
All
talk to
right.
y'all later.
All right. Thanks. Take care.
I see you running Hawk over in South Africa. Hey, beloved, how you doing? Where you calling from?
Chicago, Illinois, North Pole,
Chi-town in the house. I see you got my eye up there.
North Side. How you doing, Rod?
I'm
I
good. How
just
you
came.
doing?
Oh yeah, I'm okay. It's just, man, this life we live in, man, this shit is crazy. And the more you look into it, the more it angers you. You know what I mean? Just to see this shit that's been pulled over our eyes for so long, and the people who are woke and waking up, and the ones that you can see still sleep, just walking around, it's just crazy. It's crazy. I started listening to you maybe like a year ago. A lot of stuff I started like researching on my own anyway, like years before, and just to see. I know when somebody first put me onto the knowledge or whatever. When you sleep for so long, when they come to you with it, it just seems like you literally look at it like this motherfucker crazy. But then it's just something in you that sparks. Even though it sounds crazy and absurd at first, there's something in you sparking, and you go start researching yourself, and shit just start unveiling. Then one thing leads you to another thing, then one thing leads you to another thing, and just to see shit, wow, man, it's wild.
Yep.
I think it was like last week. I don't know if it was one you had re-recorded, a video you had recorded, and I heard you talking to this young lady, and she put her son on the phone, and he said his name was Aiden. He's like, I got a nephew named Aiden, and I got a nephew named Aiden. Then you say his mama named Nikki, and my sister named Nikki. Her real name is Tanya, but we all call her Nikki. And I just say, damn, what Big Mama trying to show me? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. It's too many. It's too many. When it get past two things, it's not a coincidence. Then it's a convergence. Now look, on the last call, I got cut off. The guy had on the blue Chicago Bulls with the blue bull, because the Chicago is normally red.
and I
He
show
was,
you see
yeah, but
that
he
you
was from Chicago, but he was somewhere else. Full circle back to you with the blue eye from Chicago, right? So that's the symbol to ward off the evil eye. The evil eye is called Mingi.
wow,
Mm-hmm.
this is deep.
Yeah. Hey, my man said, I remember Lil Aiden was rapping. Yep, me and him we was dropping bars together.
Right, right. I said, well, what's that? I got a nephew named Aiden and my sister named Nikki too. It's crazy though. Just to see, I just appreciate you so much though. You know what I'm saying? So no matter what, you steady getting the word out there. Somebody picking up, you know what I'm saying? And I got 4 kids. I got a set of twin girls, 14-year-old. I got a 6-year-old little boy and a 2-year-old little boy. Man, I be trying to hit them with so much shit. And I know they be like, damn, mom, you so spiritual, you all, but if I don't tell you, who else gonna tell you? You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Who else gonna tell you? And I know they picking up on it, and they starting to see it, and I be, sending them stuff and letting them watch stuff with me just so they can see, like, what's really to this. And I even tell them, y'all go to school, challenge y'all teachers. Watch their ass get mad at y'all and probably send y'all out the classroom because they know the truth, but either they just don't want to speak the truth.
Some of them are scared. I ran across teachers and that grievance gave me the grievance that they can't teach a proper curriculum because the curriculum they given, they know that the information is inaccurate. And every time they try to correct it, they get disciplined from the board for not following the curriculum.
Then it's like you gotta look at it like me. I got a conscience. If it don't feel right inside of me, I ain't going. I'm with right is right and wrong is wrong.
That's my
Even if
position.
that shit crazy. It's like where your heart at? You know what I mean? I think a lot of them ain't got it. That's why they can do a lot of things that they got. But like, damn, that conscience inside should stop you. Even I ain't perfect, but I always ask myself, like, no, it's common for that. You know what I mean? It's common for that. And I try to instill that into my kids, too. Watch what you do. Everything you do come back to you, good and bad. You know what I mean? And I just try to instill that in them so much. You know what I mean? Tell them to pay attention to your energy. Watch how you feel around people. You feel uncomfortable. It's the reason.
My mama told me that a long time ago. She said, if you're sitting around a group of people and you don't feel right, you're supposed to leave.
Yes, that's you talking to you.
Yeah. Well, mamas teach that better than anybody else because the child is listening early to the mama before they listen to anybody else. And that's why it's important to raise the matriarchy, because the structure is different for the children is the goal, not the adult. The adult had his hurrah. I'm 50 years old. I can out rap 98% of these motherfuckers in the industry, but I'm 50 years old. My rap days are pretty much over unless I'm trying to help the youth with theirs. So I don't attribute that to anything, but I chose the path I chose by making bad decisions at an early age to slow my progress, to divert my path. But it was meant to happen. Right? Now, Tupac was looking for me. I probably could have had a rap career. If he'd have found me, we'd probably finish this shit on the song. Right? But when he didn't, look, we kept passing each other. We literally kept passing each other. When I went to New York, he had just left. When he got to Flint, Michigan with MC Breed, I had just left Michigan. When I left Milwaukee, he was talking about Lil Yummy. Right? We passing each other all over the place. But I'm watching him blow up, and I'm telling everybody, keep your eye on this nigga. This ain't no regular nigga here. Right? And they're looking at me like, yeah, right. I'm like, no, he ain't regular. He not finna be on the same shit every artist is on. He looking for somebody. I ain't know it was me though. I swear I had no clue at the time he was looking for me that it was me he was looking for. I did not know that shit until the last 18 years.
When you just think about it, you just know, like, okay, it wasn't my time, but now it's my time. It's a reason for everything. When you
Look,
sit back,
it's a guy named Pete I was locked up with. We used to call him Freaky Pete because all he talked about was women and sex, right? But he put me on the phone with his big mama, and she told me, she say, I already see how you gonna come to your prominence. It's gonna be through some electronics. She talking about social media. I didn't know at the time because I was trying to get more answers. What you talking about? Where you get that from? And she wouldn't give me no more answers. And she told me the same shit my mama told me, my aunties, and my big mama when I asked them a question. She said, oh, you smart, you'll figure it out. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, why in the fuck they keep telling me I'm smart now? Figure this shit out.
But just the fact she said that to you a while ago, and for you to still remember, you know what I mean? It's like it's a reason you remembering that.
Right, because it was too many elderly women, sisters telling me the same thing. Even the ones with the pale face. Right? I'm sitting here talking to a pale face lady, and she literally said, "You really don't know who you is, do you?" And I'm like, "What you talking about?" She said, "Oh, you smart, you'll figure it out." And I kicked the goddamn table. Don't tell me that shit. Right? And she was just telling me what my mama told me, what my big mama told me, what my aunties told me. There's certain stuff you got to figure out in this life on your own. You will, when you figure it out, then you'll be ready. I didn't like that. My feelings was hurt. I thought they just was keeping secrets from me. But they was laying down the pattern that all of the elder women knew before I even knew who I was. They reinforced one another. I had a couple of different Hispanic women did the same thing. And I'm sitting I'm sitting in seclusion like I do. And I'm like, why over all of these years is they all telling me I'm smart, I figure it out. I was in special ed. Them motherfuckers told me I wasn't gonna never learn nothing. They told my mama, "Oh, I'm sorry, your son ain't gonna never learn nothing." But they didn't know I was being stubborn. They thought I was just ignorant. My mama said, "Oh, really?" So when we left, she said, "You heard what the principal said?" I said, "Yeah, he said that I wasn't gonna never learn nothing because I got some kind of learning problems." She said, "Don't believe that shit," and that's all she said. And I'm looking at her like, "Don't believe that shit." So that shit, don't believe that shit. So later on, some time went past, and I had failed the 6th grade, and I brought that shit up. She said, "I don't want to hear that bullshit. That shit ain't real." She
There
said,
you go.
so they put me through the ringer, but it was all for the greater good.
Right.
So I'm like, shit, I was C's, D's, and E's in school. What the fuck is y'all talking about? My old
So,
dude, came to me came to visit me early in my bit, and I was telling him about the new stuff I was learning. He said, "I figured sooner or later you get tired of running around bumping your head into the wall." I said, "Pops, what you mean by that?" He said, "You'll figure it out." I said, "He missed the part that I'm smart. He didn't tell me I'm smart."
that's it's like they all seeing you. You know what I mean? Like they all see that blue light inside of you. Because you deep as hell. You will say some shit. I go back and Google some shit, start researching. Like, damn, like the shit in our face all along, right in front of our face. That shit crazy, bro. It's like you say. Even I got my little boy watching. Mom, you watching Ron Hayes? Yeah, come sit down. Come sit down. Come sit down. That's why. For
Hey,
real. You know what I
but,
mean?
but the children, there's a lot of times the one who introducing the adults to the information. They like, um, I've got little kids be calling me up. This just call me. And then their mom would pick up the phone like, "Oh, I didn't know you was on the phone." The baby called me. I didn't call. Baby called me. He be like,
Hey,
"What you doing?" The baby be just like, "Yamma, yamma, 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 yamma." I don't know what the fuck they saying. They talking baby talk. But they be
it's
telling me every goddamn thing. I be like, "What the fuck is this baby talking about?" And they just be laughing and giggling and shit.
that's crazy. You got to give the knowledge to the kids. But it's so many of us is just so far gone. Even when you try to, they get mad at the shit you try to tell them. You just got to keep on going. Everybody got to figure it out, I guess, on their own. Or maybe it's too late, maybe it's not. But I'm gonna make sure my kids know the truth. You
Hey,
know what I
look,
mean? My one of my twins came to me. Yeah.
I told one lady, I said, "Don't." Her baby called me. I said, "It's a good thing your husband ain't there because he think we got something going." Her baby called me and been talking to me. But a little girl talking about, "What you doing?" I said, "I ain't doing nothing. What you doing?" talking to you. I said, who called? Your mama called me. She said no. I said, who? She about 3. And so me and the little girl having a little conversation. I'm trying to find out where your mama had put some adults on the phone, and she's just trying to have a conversation.
They
And so
say.
after a couple of minutes of me trying to, get her to get her mama, because she evading the question about putting her mama on the phone. She's not doing that. She didn't call for her mama. She called for her. Right. So I'm trying to get her to put her mama on the phone, but she's just trying to talk. Now she ain't talking about nothing. Right. She just telling me she want to talk, and that she was sitting there and she wanted to call me. And I'm like, how you even know how to call me? And she said, I don't know. I said, where you get my number from? She said, I don't know. I said, who phone you on? You on your mama phone or your daddy phone? She said, I don't know. So then a couple minutes go by, and I'm trying to figure out, who is this kid? And her mama said, girl, what is you doing on my phone? And she take the phone from her, and I look at her mama. I said, oh, shit, it's a good thing your husband ain't grabbed the phone. He swept down. We had something going the way the baby was having a whole conversation. She was just
that's
laughing. Yeah,
that's
that
uh,
shit. These babies ain't nothing like we was. These motherfuckers smart as hell.
come out the womb wanting to learn and just be different. And most of them call him hard headed, sit down, can't listen. But no, he got a lot of energy for something. You know what I
Mm.
mean? My son got so much energy, but he'll say some shit, and we may be on a whole nother topic, and he'll say something, and most kids just what kids say is go over the person's head, but I'm always listening, because the message gonna come through somehow, some way, and it most of the time could be a child bringing it through. You know what I mean?
They say in the book, out of the mouth of babes. I'm talking about the wisdom. And look,
Yeah.
I tell people too. I say the elders don't speak to us through people that's in they speak to us through old people and babies, because they're the clearest channel. The old people didn't live through all the bullshit. They done seen it all, so they can tell you raw and cut. One of your ancestors could talk through them so clear you would think you talking to your grandmama or your auntie again. And half of them don't even know what they're doing. The babies is more aware.
I don't know. I appreciate you, Rod. You know what I mean? I thank you so much. I can't even believe I'm on here, but damn, I'm going to just keep on watching you and just, damn. You know what I mean? Even when I go in the house, I'm going to tell my kids I'm talking to you, but keep uplifting us, keep talking that shit, keep getting the word out. You know what I mean? We hear you. We hear you, and I appreciate you, and I love you, Rod.
Okay, thank you, sweetie.
Welcome. Take care.
All right. Hey, how you doing, beloved?
Peace, Rod. How are you doing?
Good. Where you calling from?
Florida.
Oh, that's the finish line.
Okay.
What's
Well, I
the
think we're
abbreviation
gonna
for
get on.
Florida?
Yes, I just want
You just cut out. I think you just muted yourself.
a long time since I feel my DNA activated like that again. So thank you. But I do have a question.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to know, like, do you know how this is really gonna happen? I know, everything is in alignment for this to be over, but is it gonna be like a crazy period where everybody's going nuts? Or, how can we
It's,
expect that
so
transition?
so what we gonna be seeing when it finally come to the surface, you're gonna get a report of all of the deep state actors. That's gonna be one of the biggest thing. And on the heels of that, or during the midst of that, the elders is gonna come speak publicly in a state address.
So
So
everybody's gonna know them because we still have like our older family members, and trying to wake them up, and they can't really hear you all the
Yeah,
way. So it's gonna
those
be something all.
they gonna get shock and awe. Shock
Mm,
and awe is all of the ones is naysayers, deniers, and backbiters and false accusers. They gonna know all the time who been telling the truth and who they should have been listening to, because the elders gonna tell them. He been telling you motherfuckers for 3 years, right?
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And that's why I say everything is not how it seems, but it's exactly how it's supposed to go.
Okay.
I've been fed up. I was fed up 3 years ago.
Tell me about it. I'm like, should I pay this ticket or is this gonna crash down? Like, but
Yeah.
I'm grateful, man. I'm just like, I'm so grateful because we have a lot of the fear mongering and stuff like that, and it's like you coming with that good news, and it's like I'm resonating. Like, yes, this is the end of this now.
Yeah.
I feel like I've been waiting lifetimes for this, so I'm just happy to hear it. I'm happy to see it, and I'm happy to be on the page. Like, I just found you, and I'm like, whoa, where this brother been? And I've been like benching. I'm like, yo, he's on the knowledge. So I'm just really grateful. I have one other question, and I was asking about it from a different page, and that's about Queen Nani. Like, so that's my background.
I think I
Originally,
remember that because I was
yeah,
telling you, Nani, Nana, those are
right.
alternate
But
terms for Big
she
Mama.
like she disappeared. Nobody know what happened to her, and I feel a very strong resonance with her. I also, like, a lot of people in my family tell me that I'm my great grandmother. And my grandmother tells me that she calls me for things that I should be calling her for. And they call her Nanny too. So I'm like, what happened to this woman where she just like did what she did and then disappeared? Do you have any information on that?
I haven't looked into it directly,
Okay.
but I do know that the calling her Queen Nanny is like calling her Queen Big Mama.
Oh yeah, and everybody loved her. Everybody
Yeah.
loved her. Like, oh, you're her. I'm gonna ask you about these herbs because you're her. And I'm like, and I started trying to, kind of connecting with her, and she come through. She come through
She'll
definitely.
tell you what happened to her because she your higher consciousness now.
Mm.
You
Well, I'm saying
direct.
my great grandmother come through. I haven't tried to contact Queen Nanny. That's crazy.
No,
Maybe I
it
should.
ain't. It's the same as your great grandma coming through. The only
Mm.
thing is you gotta have a
Yeah.
sympathy. So you create a sympathetic link with a picture or an item that reminds you of her, or you study her story and you establish your sympathy with her, right? Your sympathetic connect link. And then just like your grandma come through, she's gonna come right through.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did that with the picture with my great grandmother, and yeah, she definitely comes through. She helps me out. Like, my father was her favorite, so it's nothing. But I'm gonna start. I'm gonna try to dig more into that Queen
That's
Nanny.
how they pick who they coming back through.
Mm,
But like
mm.
you say your father was her favorite because she wanted to come back. She wanted him. And when I come back, nigga, you gonna be my daddy. Fuck the dumb shit.
And me and him have a good relationship, so it's
Mhm.
very positive. That makes a lot of sense. That makes a
Yeah,
lot of sense. I'm pretty close to my father,
yeah.
so all
She
right.
flat
Well,
out.
I'm done.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
I
flat out. She flat out
don't.
told him. She was flat out telling him, "I'm coming back through you."
Wow, I'm gonna tell him that. I'm gonna blow his mind. But I appreciate you, brother. I'm not gonna keep you too long. I know, a lot of people have questions and stuff. It's a real honor to be able to talk to you, and I appreciate you. I wanted to let you know that. Thank you for the message.
Okay, thank you for coming on here.
All right, peace. I don't know how to get out. Maybe you got to kick me out.
I got you,
All right.
sweet.
Okay.
Okay, one more call. Oh yeah, I gotta get my girl in here. Let me look at some of these questions. Is a science of charting the clock of destiny?
What up?
Hey, how you doing?
What up? Peace, family. I'm looking a hot mess. However, I'm here.
I
How's
know who you
everyone
is,
doing?
but tell the audience who you is.
It's me. It's Pink Illuminance, y'all. I went live like what 2 nights ago talking about how Indigenous Peoples Day is not for us and what have you. However, I don't want to talk about that right now. That we're Aborigines, but they don't want to call us the Aborigines.
That's why I
So,
say I'm organic to the land.
right, right. So I just wanted to, kind of tap that real quick. But I had a question for you because I had a dream the other night. Matter of fact, were you talking about my baby girl calling you? Remember when she called you on Facebook?
Your baby girl did too. I forgot all about that.
She called me. She called you the other day, and I was like, "Yo, Rod is on the phone." I was looking at her. I'm like, "Oh my God, hold on one
Yeah,
second."
yeah. People be thinking I be making that shit up, but babies be calling me for real.
She called you, and I don't know how she got to your name or anything because she had to skip through at least four people. Either way, so I had a dream the other night, right? So I'm not gonna hold up the line, and it shook me so deep because it was a child, right? So let me just go back to the dream. The dream was I was getting ready to go back to Connecticut. So I have some unfinished business in Connecticut. I'm near Atlanta, right? Right now. I had some unfinished business with my mother and my lineage, my matrilineal lineage in Connecticut. So I had this dream that I was getting ready to go up there. It's kind of like, I'm ready to war up there and everything, like put everybody back in their position. And they're ready for me. So I'm looking, I'm like, yeah, I'm here. Like, what's up, y'all, you know what I mean? Y'all ready to handle this? And I'm walking to and fro, and I got this heavy energy, and I'm like, maybe I should calm down because they start getting where they team up when they see me coming type stuff. And this is real life, right? But in the dream, I'm like, all right, chill, calm down. So then I go back to the parking lot, and this is what I wanted to ask you about. I see this, all right, dead child. It was not one of our children. It was like an Albion, like a European child, and she was deceased, right? She kept standing there. She kept trying to get my attention. I was like, hey, look, I got other business. I can't really talk to you. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm shook. So this has never happened to me before, where actual entity in my dream was from another, transition realm. So by the time I walked by her the third time, because I'm just going back and forth to the parking lot, something like that, she ended up grabbing my hand, right? So
This
I'm
the
like,
dead baby.
the dead baby grabbed my hand and was like, looked me dead in my eyes and was like, uh, hold on, she yanking on my shirt because I'm still nursing baby girl, which probably. So she yanked on my arm and said, "Why are you?" I want to make sure I get it right. She said, why are you scared of something that's just as scary as you?" And I said, and I woke myself up right out of that. And her voice was resonating in my ear. It was 3 a.m. I'm not, this is about 4 days ago, 3 a.m. And I said, I knew it was that time. It had to have been real. It was, her voice was resonating in my ear and everything.
You went mute.
And the count,
Are you back on? You back?
all right, my headphones need to be charged. I talked to one of my council members, and my council was like, that child, because the children are of pure spirit, they automatically come back from paradise. So it's not like it's an evil entity or anything like that. But she grabbed your wrist, and I didn't tell him she grabbed my wrist. He knew she grabbed my wrist because I didn't put my hand out every time she reached for me. So what I want to know is just your perspective on that, because what he said is that she grabbed my wrist because she was trying to lead you in a different direction than you was going in with that situation or what have you. So I don't know if you have any insight on something like that, a child coming, or
Okay.
what
First
that
of
might
all,
mean, but I have
any
some unfinished business with my children.
anytime you see death in a dream, it don't mean death. It means change. All right. So the change is coming in with the new generation, and the skin color won't matter. Right.
Right.
So this is why he told you that they come in with, as a